Well, we were up throughout the whole night she was having pains, and she got up and went to the bathroom and come back and got restless again and got up and went back again. And this time, well, I walked in the bathroom and I noticed that the baby was on his way. So I went and called 911 and got all the emergency services, whatever they could send her as fast as they could so they could get him out.
What went through your mind when you saw what you saw?
I just kind of went in shock. I just knew, well, he had to come out. If they weren't going to show up in time, then I was going to have to do my best to get him out. As soon as I called 911, I just said, like, he's on the way. Like, you got to get people there as fast as you can. Because they were asking for, like, information and all that. And I just kept saying, like, he's on the way. You got to send people.
So Courtney, what was happening with you this whole time?
Well, just in the morning, I just woke up and felt the urge I needed to go to the bathroom. I felt like a big pressure. And then after a while, then I called Devin in, and Devin just looked at me and kind of walked out of the room, didn't say nothing. And then all I hear is he said he needs an ambulance to so-and-so's address. And then as I looked down, I saw his head that was coming. And then I screamed, and then I just went into kind of like a shock. And then laid down on the floor, and then he was pushing his way out as he was coming. But I didn't have like no contractions. I just felt really uncomfortable, and I didn't feel him coming out. I just thought that it was just him being down so low, ready to come. And we were just getting ready to go up to the case room to see the doctor again, and he couldn't wait, so he just made his arrival on the bathroom floor.
She wasn't going to wait for the to go to the hospital. It was happening there.
Mom was on the floor and she was lying down, and I mean, there was no doubt. So it's pretty obvious when a baby's about to be born, you know it. So, and like, I mean, no training can prepare you for that. I mean, for us as a fire department, it's a rare call. Afterwards, when the ambulance showed up and they took over care of the baby, I'll admit there was a big sigh of relief, and I was glad they were there and everything had gone as well as it did. There's no doubt.
You know, this childbirth is part of life, so I guess you're just thrown right into it and just deal with it.
Well, when the firefighters come inside, they saw me laying on the bathroom floor and his head partially out, just past his nose. And they told me just whenever I feel like I need to push, just do what I have to do and just push. And the firefighters were there to catch him and just like walking me through the steps before the paramedics got there. And then before the paramedics got there, the baby was already born, so the firefighter had him in his arms and he put the baby skin to skin with me. And I mean, I broke down in tears, like just feeling the moment for the first time and seeing him and holding him for the very first time. It was touching.
Did the fireman cut the umbilical cord?
Yes, the one that was walking me through the steps, calming me down, and just just walking me through it all. He sat there and he cut the umbilical cord after, and then he said that it was one of an experience that he had had. His reaction, he looked pretty surprised, like excited, and you could see in his eyes that he was kind of like happy, and he was gonna shed tears. It is like like a different experience, being a young mom and all, but having him like the way I had him, it was not expected that way. But he couldn't wait no longer. He didn't want to be in there no longer.